Hello and welcome to the show. I have a challenge for you today in Gran Turismo 5. As I said last time when I did a video on this, sorry if I sounded a little bit odd. I've got a bizarre microphone set up. I might take a picture and show you what I'm having to do to get this to work. Also, if there is background noise, clicking and clunking going on, I am using a steering wheel. So yeah, you might hear when I'm changing gear and that kind of thing. You might hear that going on in the background. Anyway, today's challenge, I'm going to be... Where's the cursor gone? I've lost it. Here it is. Hello, cursor. I'm going to be using a very specific car. It is somewhere in here. And there it is. This is the TankCar. Has near enough 900 horsepower in this fantastic looking thing. It's really very, very cool car. So yes, I'm going to be using this. Well, it doesn't stop, doesn't turn particularly well, isn't very sophisticated, so it's fairly hard to drive as it is. I'm going to be using it on the Nurburgring for reasons of difficulty, and just for that extra bit of fun, I'm going to make it rain. So I'm going to try and complete one lap of the Nurburgring in the pouring rain. Yay for difficulty. I don't know how long this is going to take. I really don't know how long this is going to take. Now, I would say I won't do this without any assists, but the ABS is practically, if it's off, it means your brakes don't work. If it's on one, it means your brakes do work. So I'm going to have working brakes. That's kind of important in this kind of thing. So, yeah, no traction control at all, but I'd need the brakes to actually function as brakes. That does tend to help when you do this sort of thing. Right, now, we're going to put the weather on track settings. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. We want track settings. We want time to be, we want it to be light for videoing purposes. We'll have 10 o'clock. We want weather at start of race 100%. Surface water 100%. Want that real weather changeability. We don't want it to change. We want it to just stay being wet. There we go. Now I think I've set that all up right. There we go. Now it looks like an English summer. Right, let's get underway and see how long it takes. I think the Nurburgring on Gran Turismo is slightly shorter than the Nurburgring on Forza. You seem to be able to get a lot quicker lap times around it. I'm not a big fan of Nurburgring. What camera angle are we going to use? Let's use the onboard one. There we go. I'm not a big fan of Nurburgring at all. Well, to be fair, that's probably a little bit unfair. Look, it turns. You understand? It doesn't turn at all. I appreciate the Nurburgring as a driving challenge. I appreciate it's one of the toughest tracks in the world. However, I do not like it because, well, I can never really remember how to drive the blooming thing. There are so many corners. I'm not sure how many there is. Gran Turismo, I reckon there's 80 something or other. I swear when I looked on the internet it was like 120. But there are many corners. Okay, which is hard for me to try and memorise the damn thing. As it is, but to make things worse, of course, there is a very few braking boards for any of these corners. We've just got so much understeer. It doesn't turn. Oh, sorry, wall. Oh, sorry, car, in fact. Don't care about the wall. Jesus, this thing is really understeering. But yeah, my problem with the Nurburgring is there are so many corners that I can't memorize. I can't really memorize them all. And there is a distinct lack of braking. Oh, for God's sake, it just doesn't turn. Jesus. There's no braking boards, so there's absolutely no real references. So you have to learn. You have to learn each corner individually. Learn when to brake for each corner individually. Now that's fine on a track like Iberian or a track. I'm trying to think other tracks that don't have many braking boards. I think even Iberian has braking boards. But on tracks that have no braking boards, that's fine if they have like 10 corners. You can learn them. That's not a problem. On a track that has 100 odd corners, then that is a little bit of a problem. So I'm not very good at Nurburgring. Nurburgring's a very sort of specialised track. There are people, or people like me in fact, who are fairly quick drivers on every other track but Nurburgring, because you have to spend so long practising Nurburgring to actually get. Sure, you'll be average at Nurburgring, but you won't necessarily be that quick. And oh God's sake, this thing is so incredibly hard to drive. But yeah, you can be a great driver at every other track and still not be that good at Nurburgring. Likewise, you can be very good at Nurburgring and not be quite as quick at every other track. It just depends on where you spend your time practicing. So I cannot put any power down in this car at all. In fact, well, I have put up to 100 miles an hour, which I am surprised by. I'm breaking the speed limit, but oh god, it's very scary. There's a left up here somewhere. I'm going to slow down for this corner. There we go. I got around it safely. I haven't gone wildly spinning out of control, and I'm going sideways. And now, can we get stopped? Please get stopped. Please get stopped. Please get stopped. Sod it. Dear God, even with ABS on, come on, get out of the grass, out the sand, gravel trap, whatever. Even with ABS on, God, this thing just doesn't stop. in the right. I say ABS on. It's only got. I don't quite know how the assists work on here. It confuses me. It's only got one, I guess, sort of like a minimal ABS, but you really need that to actually have the brakes function on here. It's very odd. The brakes here are very odd when you turn the ABS off. Now, I saw the last time I did this, people were saying, well, why am I turning the assists off? Well, here is the reason why. First of all, if you turn ABS off, you stop quicker. That is a fact. Okay, the reason why you stop quicker is because the way an ABS system works is it stops the brakes from locking up. So when it senses that the brakes are about to lock, it releases the brakes, then puts the brakes back on, and then it does that many, many times in very, very quick succession. But in doing that, it's actually releasing the brakes when you are trying to brake. So you lose that kind of like ultimate braking force. I've just made up a thing there. But yeah, you have slightly less braking. So with ABS turned off, you stop quicker, which is good when it comes to racing. However, the reason why you will find, I'm not sure if it's mandatory for all road cars now to have ABS. I'm not sure, or at least why you'll find almost all modern day road cars will have ABS, as I completely outbrake myself and understeer. Thank you, car. Yeah, well, I've got confused now. Yes, modern day cars all have ABS because it is safer when it rains. In conditions like this is when you do want ABS, because first of all, it's very easy to lock your brakes up when there's surface water, as I go straight on. I'm not sure if I locked the brakes up or whether I just didn't have enough braking. This car is so blooming tricky to drive. I'm not locking the brakes up, I don't think. It's just I'm not braking soon enough because it's very tricky to drive. Woohoo, big slides. Yeah, when it's raining, you want ABS so that you can actually kind of get the car stopped safer. It's much safer to have ABS in the rain. Also, it does mean if you do lock your brakes up, you still have steering. In a normal road car, if you lock your brakes up, chances are you're going to lock your front brakes up. And when your front wheels are all locked up, why are you not? There's just no steering. Absolutely no steering in this car. Yeah, if you lock your front brakes up, you have no steering at all, and that's when you have a big crash. Whereas if you've got ABS that's preventing all of your wheels from locking up, then you do have some steering, which is kind of useful. I'm not sure how many race series allow running of assists. In reality, I'm talking here. No, we're not going to get at all stopped or turned for that corner. Yeah, I don't know how many race series allow the use of assists. I know Formula 1 doesn't. I don't know about other stuff, but I would presume any series that's run in kind of maybe England or countries where it rains very, very regularly, the cars will probably be running ABS, because yeah, it's just so much when it does rain, it is so much easier, I would imagine, with ABS on your cars. As far as traction control goes, is it faster in a game, at least in real life? I don't know. I can't say these things because I don't know how things work. But in a game, is it faster without traction control? Yes, I believe it is, because you have control of your car. Also, I prefer having like the control, the say over how much throttle I'm using. I don't want a computer or a program or something figuring out how much I need. I would rather be doing it myself. I think you do go a little bit faster because, as I said, you control the throttle. The game isn't constantly trying to stop you from accelerating. Of course, you need to be able to keep control of the car while it's sliding and skidding all over the place, so it is trickier to drive with traction control off. But I do believe it is faster, and that is why you will find me turning all the assists off. Also, again, as I said, I like to actually have control of my car. I don't want there to be all sorts of mechanics and systems and that kind of thing all dictating what's happening, like modern cars. That's why I don't really like modern cars, or should I say why I prefer driving older cars. They're more fun to drive when you actually have like mechanical control over the car, whereas in a modern car, most of it is electric. Well, not electric, but most of it goes through a computer that will decide if you're doing something silly and stop you from doing something silly. Big slide, very big slide, still sliding, get on the road. Yeah. Oh, this car is such a fantastic car. It looks amazing, and it is incredibly tricky to drive. It is one of the few cars that looks sort of how it's going to drive, like a Mustang. You know how a Mustang is going to drive, because yeah, you can just tell this thing drives exactly how it looks. And yeah, it's a real pain. We're going to slide. We're sliding at 30 miles an hour. I'm having difficulties controlling this car at 40 miles an hour. Jesus. Yeah, this thing is not at all. I love the suspension on it as well. It's fantastic. Just watching the way the car moves about. It's really quite a cool car. It's also one of the very few cars. It's a standard car, this one. It's not a premium car. But there is a sort of cockpit view going on, which is kind of cool. Whoop. And we're going to go for a big slide around the carousel. Not the usual racing line, but I don't really have much choice of the matter. Oh dear. Well, yeah, my race suit, by the way, some of you might have noticed I have a funky race suit. Somebody sent me, I think this is Jeff Gordon's race suit. So yeah, I have a cool looking race suit on my avatar-y person on here, I don't know. While I'm on the subject of people sending me stuff, thank you to everybody who sent me cars. Woo, big slides. Yeah, thank you to people who have sent me cars on this game. I've received quite a large number of cars, in fact. Wee big slides again. So yeah, thank you to everybody who sent me. I can't remember, there's so many of you sent cars, I can't name people. So yeah, thank you on that front. And after I said I don't have a pickup truck thing for that pickup truck race, I now have about 7, I think. I have 4 Toyotas, a Dodge, and a Ford, and I can't remember yet. I have quite a lot of pickup trucks now, so thank you everybody. I've completed that race series now, and we're going off the road again. I am doing a bit better job of keeping it out of the wall, I should say, as I have now found the wall. But God, dear, this thing is such a pain to drive. Oh, we're going over there. Come on, get back on the road. There we go. This has been the slowest, scariest, most sidewaysy lap of Nurburgring I've ever done. No, we're not going to stop doing that. Jesus, this car is, it really is fantastic. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the, oh no, I've outbraked myself. The Brutus. I'm sure many of you will know what that is. Is the Brutus in any game? I swear I remember seeing it somewhere being in a game. I can't remember. It might be in this. I had a feeling it was in this, and I can't tell you why. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Brutus a little bit in the sort of silly, mental, difficult to drive way. It is 30 miles an hour, and I am going very sideways. But I'll just put you in 6th. There we go. That's much calmer. That's much nicer. I should have done this at the start. Should have just left it in 6th gear and gone the entire way. It's a little bit boring, maybe, but oh dear, we are getting near the end. As I said, I'm not a massive fan of Nurburgring. After all the driving I've done around, I kind of roughly know the track. I just don't know where to brake for the corners yet, if that makes sense. I know which way the corners go. I roughly know where I am on the racetrack. But yeah, I just don't know quite the braking points, especially not in the wet, since I haven't really driven very much in the wet on Gran Turismo yet, and especially in this car. That's really very interesting. It's a great car. I really recommend you get it if you can find it. Like, the one downside, like you could say with Gran Turismo, I like the way it delivers cars, but it is quite annoying if you are looking for one specific car. Like, if you want to buy this car now, if you're seeing this video and think, oh, that looks like a cool car, it's a real pain to try and find it, because you've just got to wait for it to appear in the used car dealership. And of course, this is one car in, I think it's 1,070 or 1,060 something cars, so you could be waiting quite a while for it to appear. It's also not the cheapest of cars at 4 million credits, I think it was. But the minute I saw it, I had to buy it because, well, first of all, I didn't know how long it would be until it appeared again, which is one of the reasons why I bought it straight off. Also, it looked incredible. I was kind of hoping it was going to be an actual tank, being called the TankCar, but this is still pretty damn good. No. Ah, sod it. There's a reverse button, there it is. One odd thing about this game, I would say, is the way it does reverse. Now, admittedly, you know, you're not going to use reverse too many times, I wouldn't have expected, but you can't downshift into reverse on here. There is a separate button that deals with reverse, which is a little bit odd. On the steering wheel, it's the Y button, so it actually doesn't fall that easily to hand, so if you do have a spin, if you do have a crash, actually get it into reverse is a bit tricky and a bit weird. But yeah, that's just an odd design choice. Right, coming onto the straight now. We are nearly finished. God, just go in a straight line, please. There we go. Now, we have a kind of a momentary pause. Well, I don't have to worry about it going sideways everywhere. As we go down the straight, I think it's spinning its wheels at the moment in 6th gear. We've passed 100 miles an hour, and how fast are we? This is a pretty quick car. As I said, it has 900 odd horsepower. So top speed wise, well, it's fairly quick accelerated. So top speed wise isn't amazing. I think it's about 150 when it stops spinning its wheels. Oh good god, it's an interesting, it really is a very fun car to drive. It's a very big challenge. There we go, we're going to hit 150. Please hit 150. Don't hit 149 and bounce in the rev limiter. Come on, downhill bit, 150 please. I shouldn't have done that at that speed. Ooh. Try and, yeah, I've just gone on the brakes there because I got scared. Jesus, this thing. Oh, it's such a fantastic car. I really do like it. And get stopped for this. I'm afraid it is quite dark when I'm doing this. Hopefully you'll be able to see well enough in the video. If you're watching this in any low resolution, you might not be able to see very much, because it's a very dark and dreary day. Dreary? There we go. That's the word I was looking for. No, we've got no steering. We're just gonna fall off the track at 20 miles an hour, as you do. Let's put it in 6th. Are we wheel spinning? No, we don't wheel spin. I'm not going anywhere. There we go. Nope, now we wheel spin a little bit. There we go. Across the line in 12 minutes 26 seconds. Yeah, that's quite a slow lap time, but I'm not really surprised, all things considered. Oh dear, that's a good fun. It's a good fun car to drive, as I've said many a time in this video. It's a very cool car. I really do quite like it. It's probably one of my favourite cars in this game yet. I'm not touching the accelerator, and we're doing 40 miles an hour. I want to go into second as well. Yeah, I'm surprised that I got round the track without too many incidences. As I said, you just have to have ABS on in this. I did do a test with it off, and I literally cannot touch the brake pedal. Sorry. If you do, it just decides, no, we're going to visit the wall because it's fun there. So yeah, I've still not touched the accelerator yet. I don't know how far this track goes downhill. So anyway, yes, that is it for this challenge. I was successful. I love the exhaust as well on this car. The way they... it's just an incredible thing. Yes, that is it for this challenge, guys. So thank you very much for watching. If you have challenges... Ooh, I'll let go of the steering wheel. That was a dumb idea. If you have challenges you would like to see me do on Gran Turismo, this kind of silliness, then please do let me know in the comment section, and I will have a look through. And maybe they will be in a video at some point. It is more likely that they will be this kind of live recorded one than the normal stuff that we do in Forza, because the replays are terrible on here. They really are much harder to work with. So yeah, it's been interesting. I do quite like trying to drive interesting cars, strange cars in the wet. It's always an extra level of difficulty. But anyway, yes, that is it for now. Hopefully, maybe, if things have gone well, if things have worked, there might be a GTA 5 online video a little bit later today, possibly. I don't know what the servers are going to do, what the servers are going to be like when they launch in like an hour or so's time. So yeah, that could be quite interesting. But yeah, hopefully that'll be up tomorrow. If not, there'll be some GTA Online stuff coming soon. Also, to people who are saying that they want me to do Gran Turismo versus the community kind of things, I spoke about this in yesterday's video. There will be stuff coming soon. I just need to figure out how to make everything balanced and how to make everything work. So yeah, bear with me on that one. But there will be some, maybe not versus the community, but there certainly will be some racing. Depends on how I work things. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. Don't worry, I'll tell everybody before we go and plan anything. So yeah, that is it for now. Hopefully there'll be another video later, but that's going to largely depend on how Rockstar servers hold up. So until then, goodbye.